Hey, what's up, you guys? This is Perry the Entertainer here, back again for another video. And this time it is my first Raw recap back for May 14th, 2012. It was held in the Console Energy Center in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, hometown of one of my good friends, Mike the WWE Master, aka the Mike 2012. But, yeah, I don't know. But, I'm not going to take any, shots at him or anything, since, he didn't really do anything wrong. But anyway. Um, so tonight's Raw was decent, I would say. I wouldn't say it was the best Raw that could have been put together, but anyway, let's review it. So we started off the show with Triple H coming out. He hits the ring, and we see footage from when Lesnar attacked him about 2 weeks ago. Um, Basically, Triple H is talking about oh, my arm isn't really it doesn't matter what he did to my arm. What he did to my arm was just a spit in the face to the WWE legends like Ric Flair, um, John Cena, Shawn Michaels, The Undertaker, Bruno Sammartino, Bob Backlund, just to name a few. I mentioned Hulk Hogan. Basically, it was just a spit in the face to everyone. He was talking about how he met him back in 2002 and everything, and he's like, oh, he bought the same crap that he did here, and then when things weren't so easy back in 2002, he quit, and that's basically taking a shot at him. Um, for the UFC thing too, because same exact thing there. When things got tough, when he ended up losing to Alistair Overeem, things got too hard and he just quit, I guess. But he just goes on to say, basically Lesnar returned to WWE and then failed to beat John Cena. Blah 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 blah. And then he basically took a shot at Lesnar again. It's like, oh, uh, you tried beating Cena, but you failed. So guess what? You quit because you're a little bitch and basically blah blah blah. Lesnar's music hits. Everyone's thinking, oh, Lesnar's gonna come out, and we all know it's Paul Heyman again. Paul Heyman, great manager, by the way. He's just amazing. But basically, just to sum things up here. Basically, Heyman's out there to go give Triple H a lawsuit filed from Brock Lesnar for all the money that he owes him, and from the verbal agreement from Mr. Laurinaitis, and the back 2002. Apparently, they didn't give him all his money, but apparently, he's suing the WWE, he's suing Triple H, and blah blah blah, and then Heyman basically just says, "We'll see you in court." Then Triple H, and that's how we end the first segment. To be quite honest, this was a great way to actually start the show off. Started off with the whole Lesnar thing because people actually think he quit. Then other people are thinking he's not, and so obviously he didn't quit. And all this is somehow, I think, going to boil over either at No Way Out or at SummerSlam. Um, but remember, the reason why Paul Heyman's even showing up is because Brock Lesnar signed a contract where he's only going to work excuse me, he's only going to work specific dates. He's not going to work every date. He's not going to be at the house shows. He's not going to be at the autograph signings. He's not going to be at Raw every week. So that's why Heyman's there to be his spokesperson, I guess you could say, because now that Lesnar quit, Heyman's now there to be the voice, if you know what I'm saying. But all in all, it was an okay segment to start off the show. If I had to give that a rating out of 5, like I did for the TNA pay-per-view last night, I would have to give it maybe a 4, maybe a 4.5. I think if there was any sort of physical altercation in there, that might have brought it back up to a 5. But to each his own. I thought it was a great segment to start the show off, and I love how I went 4 minutes talking just about the opening segment. Let's get into some matches now, guys. First match on the card, which was CM Punk, the WWE Champion, and the United States Champion, Santino Marella, taking on the number 1 contender for the WWE Championship, Daniel Bryan, and the Intercontinental Champion, Cody Rhodes. This match was decent. It was really, a lot of it was, obvious counters. Bryan and Rhodes really worked over Marella during the match, and Santino finally gets the tag in, but there were some weird spots. Like there were points where Santino tried to run through the ropes and he ended up getting stuck, and I didn't know if that was supposed to happen or not, but it got me laughing. But after I stopped laughing, I was thinking, I'm like, was that even supposed to happen? But anyway, then Santino tried to do this tag thing where I guess he was trying to get the hot tag, and he went to jump to Punk and missed. And I don't know if that was supposed to happen or not, but off of the recap that I'm reading right here, it wasn't even mentioned. So I'm guessing it was a botch or something. So because he went to jump and Punk was right there and he didn't even get him. So I guess he missed. But the ending came when Punk hits the GTS on Cody Rhodes and gets the 1, 2, 3 match over and done with. Your winner, CM Punk and Santino Marella. All in all, okay match. I mean, out of 5, I'll give it a 3.5, maybe even a 4. I think it was definitely a great match, and we ended up getting some more hype for Randy Orton versus Chris Jericho, which was the main event for the night. But that wasn't all of it. So yeah, let's move on to the next match: Beth Phoenix versus Alicia Fox. Your next match on the card was Big Show and Kane, but no, in all seriousness though, Beth Phoenix won. Blah blah blah. Nothing. Enough said. Apparently, Kane and Zack Ryder's announced for the preview show, which is stupid. There's no point. Blah 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 blah. Whatever. But anyway, the Big Show and Kane is up next. Honestly, this was really, really, really bad for some reason. I wasn't feeling this match. Like, okay, they lock up. Kane hits some, goes in the corner, blah, blah, blah. There were some good spots. There were points where Kane actually went for a cross body, and it didn't look right. He looked like he was just waiting for Big Show to come over and then just turn sideways. He literally, just stood there and just turned sideways. So, I don't know, what the hell was supposed to happen there. But the ending came when Show went to hit Show went to hit Kane with a choke slam, and John Laurinaitis takes a mic and demands the apology right now in the middle of the match, distracting Big Show. Kane gets the upper hand and tries to hit a choke slam, but it doesn't look right, guys. It does not look right. I was pointing this out to my friends. I was watching with on Skype here, and Jesus Lord, oh my God, dude, this. If you want to see a terrible choke slam, that wasn't even a choke slam. It was a clothesline, really. It wasn't even a choke slam. But your winner, 1, 2, 3, Kane. 2.5 out of 5, I would say. It was okay, but I don't know. The ending just pissed me off a little bit. But then after the match, what most people are talking about now is this segment here where Laurinaitis enters the ring and he goes to get in the tell Show, he demands the apology. Show basically gives him his life story, like, oh, I've been here for 23 years and I love doing what I'm doing, and I love seeing the kids' faces when I come down the ramp, and blah 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 blah, and Laurinaitis has no expression on his face. I was laughing about that because Show's about ready to start crying and everything, and Laurinaitis is just he's just standing there just staring at him, so it didn't make sense. But then Show starts just begging. He just starts apologizing. Laurinaitis says, "Get on your knees and beg," and Show tries to do it and he doesn't do it, and he ends up begging, on his feet, though he doesn't. And then Laurinaitis is like, "Oh, I'll reconsider it." He goes up to the ramp, turns around, and be like, "I reconsidered it. Show, you're fired." And then Show starts crying in the ring. But that's mainly what I want to talk about. Well, I'm not going to talk about it right now. I'll talk about it more tomorrow because I plan on making a video on this tomorrow on just this subject with the show, with the whole Big Show thing. I plan on making that video tomorrow, but, because I don't have all the time in the world here. But anyway, expect a Big Show video tomorrow, so I'm just letting you guys know that now. I'll get my more detailed thoughts into that tomorrow. Next match on the card was a 6-man tag team match. The WWE Tag Team Champions, Kofi Kingston and R-Truth. I don't know what they're called, Boom What's Up or something like that. I got a text, and yeah, I'm not going to answer it. And the big bad Funkasaurus, Brodus Clay versus Jack Swagger, Dolph Ziggler, and The Miz finally get some TV time, and yet Miz loses another match. What would he frickin' do? What a shocker! And came when Brodus Clay goes to tag himself in. Kofi hits a random Trouble in Paradise, which was not very fair because he wasn't the legal man. But no, I'm gonna get too smart in there. But anyway. And then Brodus Clay comes in, hits this stupid splash, covers him 1, 2, 3. Match over and done with. Brodus Clay, Kofi Kingston, R-Truth, your victors. 2 out of 10. It wasn't the best match, but it was great to see Ziggler and Miz out there. I can't stand Swagger. We had a little backstage segment with CM Punk and AJ. This might be setting something up, I guess you could say, for AJ and CM Punk, because they could probably be starting something, and then Daniels and Kaitlyn are doing something, so we got some two rivalries, batting head to head. But anyway, I thought that was a kind of entertaining promo too, because it was foreshadowing, but it wasn't foreshadowing, if you know what I'm saying. It was making you think something was gonna happen, when in all reality nothing happened. So and then Sheamus comes down to the ring. He goes to the commentary table as we go to the final match of the evening: Chris Jericho versus Randy Orton. Not a bad match at all. I would love to see these guys actually have some sort of feud, even though it's not going to happen because Jericho only signed until SummerSlam. Now he's going to go. Then he's going to go turn back on tour with Fozzy, and he's probably be coming back around October. So we're not going to be able to see Jericho versus Orton, the feud. But I would love to see that, back in sometime in October. I would love to see Jericho and Orton feud, because these two just have so much chemistry in the ring. They just mix, if you know what I'm saying. It's just these, they just mix, if you know what I'm saying. But anyway, the end came when Orton went for the Hangman DDT. He hits it, and or wait, hold on. Yeah, I'm sorry, he does hit the DDT. But basically, what I'm trying to pull out, though, is Sheamus pulls Jericho out of the ring and clotheslines him for a disqualification. Your winner by disqualification, Chris Jericho. Orton gets pissed off. They start fighting in the ring. Blah blah. It's stupid. Match wise, I think only reason I'm going to give it a 3.5 for tonight is because of the fact that they only had a certain amount of time, because they only had about 10 minutes to do the ending promo for Cena and Laurinaitis. But yeah, all right, let's get to this promo. This is going to be another segment that I think I want to talk a lot about tomorrow. Since I don't have all the time in the world here, and I spent 4 minutes talking about the opening segment, so I think I could spend about 4 minutes talking about the ending segment then. So anyway, John Laurinaitis comes down and he talks about how good of a man he is and how Cena's a loser, and all his fans are losers, and then that's when Cena comes out, yay, You would think, yay, because, we've seen Cena's mic work now up to WrestleMania, and he's had some good mic work up to WrestleMania, and, everyone's expecting, Cena's going to, start cutting some good stuff. When in all actuality, all these promos didn't mean a goddamn thing. Some of them were entertaining. He starts making little jokes at him, starts interrupting him in mid-sentence, starts making fun of him, starts making fun of his voice, just like the Big Show did. But he's like, but are you going to fire me just like you fired Big Show for making fun of your voice? Blah, 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 blah. There were some entertaining jokes, I guess you could say. I couldn't hear a word he was saying because of a certain person. But anyway, I'm not going to name names, but, I couldn't hear half what he was saying, though. But, it was just... There was no point in this entire, joke segment. I don't know if this match was supposed to, help me not take this match seriously or anything. But Cena pulls out a puck because they're in Pittsburgh, obviously, and they're going to, Pittsburgh Penguins, even though they got knocked out in the first round. But no offense at all. I'm sorry, but no offense. But I'm just saying, I kept pointing that out. But, it's like, Pittsburgh Penguins, who were amazing, but they get eliminated. Never mind. I'm not even gonna start any more drama. I'm not gonna start drama there. But Eve starts walking down after all was said and done, really. Eve starts walking down, and she hands Laurinaitis a paper, being like, "Oh, this is important," and blah 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 blah. Cena goes to take it. He apparently rips it. So, yeah, he ripped it a little bit. So I don't know if that was supposed to happen or not, but I guess. But it was a letter from the board of directors saying that the match over the limit will be a singles match. There will be no special referee, and any superstar who interferes will be terminated. And if Laurinaitis loses the match, he will be fired as well. Just about everybody in the YWC, IWC loves to hear that word fired, especially when it comes to John Laurinaitis, especially when you're talking about another certain person that I'm talking about still. But anyway, moving on. Cena's music ends up hitting, but he's like, "Oh no, no, you've been hyping up this big announcement, and what is it?" And Laurinaitis just bitch slaps Cena and walks away. That's the end of the show, really. Again, this is why I thought it was just a decent Raw. I mean, I think if we really, really started, Cena really should have took out a lot of those jokes, because a lot of those jokes were just cheesy, old, boring shit that shouldn't have even been in there to begin with. What happened to the mic skills that he had with The Rock? Remember those mic skills where he brought back the Doctor of Thugonomics. He took him on in a rap battle. Remember that? And, he had such good mic work leading up to WrestleMania, and then after that, he had some good mic work with Lesnar, and then after that, he's just nothing now. He's going back to his cheesy shit, and that pisses me off. That's the one thing that just irritates the hell out of me. I'm sorry, but it does. I apologize that I'm going over here. Thank God I can post over 15 minutes. But anyway, that is Raw for tonight. Out of normal school grades, I would go from an A to an F. C plus maybe. It was an average show. I hope to God that Over the Limit is better than what we got here, and I will definitely make my predictions on that come Saturday or maybe even Friday. But I just wanted to point that out, and yeah, that's your Raw recap for tonight. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Feel free to hit that subscribe button up there, and go down there. Follow me on Twitter. I did get one question. Thank you to Chicago Bears Fever, and links down in the description. By the way, go subscribe to him. He has my first question. I'll probably answer that one in the first entertainer. Ask the entertainer. Hopefully, if I get more people, maybe I can actually get some more people asking me questions for that one. But anyway, feel free to keep asking your questions down in the tweeter down there. Hit me up with a question on the comments, or even PM me up there. So yeah, that's about it. Oh, follow me on Twitter, by the way, at Official PTE Show. And yeah, that's about it, guys. I'll see you guys for tomorrow. I'm going to go a lot more detailed with the Big Show firing. I might go a lot more detail with the whole Laurinaitis John Cena thing, and that's about it, guys. I might even make a video on the whole Revolution thing. If you guys didn't hear about that, I'm not going to explain it, but I hope you guys enjoyed the Raw recap for tonight. I'm getting way over the limit, and that's about it. Crazy Entertainer signing off, and peace out.